I'm Syeda Jafri, Agent of Communications and Media Services for the Rialto Unified School District, and welcome to the RUSD Bridge. And today we have in our studio from Rialto High School, the principal of Rialto High School, Dr. Carolyn Sweeney, and our valedictorian, Kenny Hua. Let's meet him. Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Ms. Jafri.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Of course you're great because you are the valedictorian of your school. So how do you feel about that, first of all?
Well, I think it's a great relief because it's kind of a thing that was in the back of my mind since probably 8th grade, but more so once I started high school. But just to know that I finally accomplished that, it's just a big weight off my shoulders.
A weight off your shoulders. Now, you're graduating with a GPA from Rialto High School as a valedictorian with what GPA? My
GPA is 4.71.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you get a 4.71?
Well, I think to get the highest GPA, you kind of have to take the right classes, and the weighted classes are on some honors and your AP classes, of course. And so most students start taking their AP courses sophomore year, but I took AP European History my freshman year. Mm-hmm. So I already had like one AP class ahead of everybody. But that was like the best class I could have taken my freshman year, I think, because I learned a lot. And my teacher, Miss Mariani, really helped me, and I gained a lot of skills that helped me throughout high school as well.
Now, Miss Mariani, what does she teach?
Miss Mariani, she was my AP European History teacher, mm-hmm. and she was also my academic decathlon coach for my freshman year, but she's now retired, and she retired after my freshman year, and she moved to Virginia with the rest of her family.
Oh, wonderful. So he knows the whole history of his favorite teacher, right? One of his favorite teachers. I'm going to come right back to you, Kenny. Congratulations, by the way. Dr. Sweeney, tell us a little bit about Rialto High School. First of all, what is your enrollment for your students this year?
Well, Rialto High School, we had a huge incoming freshman class. So this year we are at 2,800 kids strong.
Wow.
Super proud. Our senior class has 650 kids in it that are getting ready to close their chapter with us.
Wonderful. How is distance learning going for Rialto High School teachers?
For Rialto High School teachers, honestly, I could not be prouder. They jumped into the deep end. They figured out how to make Google Classrooms, get the codes to their kids, get them. What I would say we're the most proud of is, yes, we're teaching and yes, we're learning, but more than anything, we're connecting. And we're trying to meet kids at their level because not all of our students right now have English, math, and science on their brain. They're worried about their families. Mm-hmm. And our teachers are sitting on the other end of a computer going, how can I help? What can I do? And that's probably our proudest accomplishment in distance learning right now.
That's excellent. Kudos to teachers. And speaking of which, so we've had other students from other high schools, the valedictorian and salutatorian, come in, and they gave us, which I thought was a great idea, from first period on to their last period, their teachers, their classes. You want to give your teachers a shout out?
Yeah, do you want me to do all my classes?
Sure, why not? For your senior year, what do you have, 5 or 6?
6 classes.
Go ahead, do you remember them?
Yeah. First period, I have Mr. Antimit, who is my new academic decathlon coach, mm-hmm. and I had him junior year and senior year for Acadeca. And this year, we actually placed 5th in the county, which was the best that Rialto High has ever done.
For mock trials.
For academic decathlon,
that's right.
And I was the captain this year, so it was a really exciting accomplishment. I know that our team put in a lot of work, and I'm very proud of everybody. Second period, I have AP English Literature with Miss Pbis, and that's a really fun class because I think I discovered that I'm better at writing than I used to think so. Like, writing used to be my least favorite thing to do, but now, especially after college applications, writing is a really...
You become a master writer after college applications,
right? Yeah, it's
a
really fun, practice for me. Third period, I have choir with Mr. Rodriguez. And that's a really fun class because it really pushes me to get out of my comfort zone. And singing is not something that I don't pride myself on, but I'm okay, I think. Mm-hmm. So it's just really fun to experience new things. And I actually sang a solo at our Valentine's Day concert.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you can't sing a little right now?
No.
Okay.
Fourth period, I have AP Computer Science Principles with Miss Espinosa. I actually had her my freshman year as well for Math 2 honors. And computer science is something that I felt like I needed to take, but not necessarily wanted to. My sister is a computer science, she took a lot of computer science classes in college, and she's now a software engineer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did she go to Rialto Unified School District as well?
She graduated from Rialto High, class of 2015.
Oh, excellent.
And she then graduated from UCLA,
Ooh.
and she moved to San Francisco.
And now, where are you going to college, Kenny?
I will be attending Stanford University, hopefully
Wow.
next fall.
Excellent. Why did you select Stanford?
Well,
As if why not, but
yeah. My options were between Stanford and Yale. I think both of them were really great options. I went to major in environmental studies, which is an interdisciplinary major between environmental science and certain humanities classes like poli-sci, econ. And so I think Stanford really has that diverse atmosphere where every department is very well equipped with excellent faculty that are able to teach in a broad array of disciplines.
wow.
Yale is the same, but I like the program more at Stanford, and also the community.
It's a good fit for you. That's where you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
And of course, you can come back and visit your parents a lot quicker.
of course, yeah.
There you go. Great choice. Thank you, Kenny. Dr. Sweeney, as principal of Rialto High School, can you also tell us, obviously we have the valedictorians, we have the salutatorians. How many top scholars or distinguished scholars did you guys have this year at the school?
I believe we had 63 distinguished
Oh,
scholars
wow.
this year. My number could be off, but I believe it was 63.
And for the cameras, can you explain what distinguished scholars is?
Sure. So the distinguished scholars are the highest students in our school. Without being too technical, there's the ones that take the most classes, have the highest GPA, do the community service, are just the well-rounded kids that have taken that approach for the last 4 years. And we at Rialto have been steadily growing each year. This is our largest distinguished scholar class, so we are super proud of everything that they've been doing, and they hold themselves accountable. They are the funniest set of students that constantly look at each other and go, wait, who are you? What number are you? Where are you? What? You don't need to ask me who the valedictorian is. They'll tell you. Like they have figured it out, but they do it out of love and out of just, they truly are a family unit of people that have been working really hard for the last 4 years.
Wonderful. Now, I know you have some pathways at Rialto High School. I know you have some wonderful programs. Can you share some of them with us?
Sure, absolutely. So some of our pathways are, we have our health and medical pathway, we have our law pathway, we have our culinary arts pathway, we have a business pathway. One of our other programs that isn't technically a pathway, but we use it as MESA. MESA is one of our strongest programs at Rialto High School. It got invited to go to nationals again this year, unfortunately.
I like the way she said again. And I think you have an award-winning, nationally recognized, state recognized, Mr. Michael Thompson.
Oh, absolutely.
Give him a shout out.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I mean, everybody in Rialto should know Mr. Thompson. He got Educator of the Year for Mesa. He got a Mesa Classroom Award for his Mesa Classroom. He gets reached out to by community organizations to create different things for the need of the whole community, not just for us. We hosted the first regional robotics competition, well, not robotics, I'm sorry, Rube Goldberg competition this year, which is exciting because it's been trickling down into the middle schools and even in the elementary schools in Rialto, and it's just giving these kids a different outlet to represent themselves for who they are. Because we're not all artists, we're not all singers, we're not all, everybody has something. Yeah, clearly, academic and choir, but it just gives kids a different outlet into different things. So we try and give it as we try and find a fit for every student at Rialto, and if we can't find a fit, we'll make a fit.
Oh, wonderful. Kenny, Mr. Valedictorian, which I know your sister, we were just talking off camera, and you said that your sister impressively was one of the top 10 scholars as well at Rialto High School, right? So that's great. Do you have any rivalry going on, or is she super proud of her little brother?
I don't feel that there's any competition at all.
Good.
In fact, she actually helped me a lot. When I was in 8th grade, that was when she started getting into colleges, and I would visit all the campuses with her, and that was one of my first exposures to college. And then based on that, I started planning what I would do in high school, which I don't think I would have done if I hadn't had seen her gone through that experience first. And then especially my senior year, she helped me a lot giving me advice about college, my college application, which colleges I should be looking into. And so it's a very like collaborative experience, I think. Whenever one of us succeeds, it's like we all succeed.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, having said that, we talked about your success. We talked about your, post-collegiate, your high school life and being a senior. What do you do for fun? What does a valedictorian do for fun? Do you have fun, or are you like always looking at math problems and mock trials or academic? I mean, is your calendar that full?
I say in the beginning of the year, because I have academic decathlon and mock trial after school, and I usually get out of practice at 5. So my schedule is pretty packed for first semester. But after second semester, when competition is all finished, then I have a lot more time to myself. I think it's really important to express your creativity. And so I really like drawing and painting, although I haven't found a lot of time to do that since I started high school. But
well, you will in college. Stanford will give you a break.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll find me like humming or like singing a little bit, but
so you enjoy the fine arts as well.
Yeah.
You enjoy singing. Hold on to that.
Well, and I think Kenny's being a little bit modest. Kenny's also a member of our ASB. He's one of our morning announcement crews.
Oh, look at that.
I would be hard pressed to find anybody on our campus that doesn't know who Kenny is through either academics or through just who he is as a person. And I don't know if he's ever been told it. He's truly one of the kindest individuals that we have, because he puts himself on the back burner a lot just to let other people shine. That's just who he is.
Oh, how wonderful. That's great. Who are your mentors? Do you have 2? Do you have 1? Do you have any?
Well, I would say throughout my whole life, I think probably my sister. She always.
And her name?
Kimmy Huo. Yeah, she's 5 years older than me, and I remember her and my mom would check my homework in elementary, make sure like I did everything correctly, or teach me if I didn't do it correctly. And she's been a great help in middle school and high school, and she's doing great. So it's really fun to see her. My parents. My dad, David, and my mom, Nog, they always making sure to support me and give me the right tools to succeed. And I live with my grandma as well, my dad's mom. And
her name?
Her name's Lang.
She might be watching this. It would be nice to throw her name out.
Yeah.
Lang?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where is the nationality? Is it Vietnam or?
Both of my mom and dad's side are Chinese, but my dad's family, for a couple generations, were born in Cambodia. And so they actually immigrated to Vietnam once the Khmer Rouge came into Cambodia. And so then my mom was also born in Vietnam. And then they immigrated to America, and that's where they met.
Excellent that you know the foundation. Good for you. Dr. Sweeney, if somebody wants to enroll their child at Rialto High School, why should they?
I think the question would be, why shouldn't you? We can give you anything that you want at Rialto, and I'm not just saying that because I am the proud principal of Rialto High School, but we have a club for everything under the sun. We are truly an open community that believes in creating a family atmosphere so you can be successful. We have teachers that go out of their way to do tutoring and just to make sure that students grow as much as they can. At the same time, we have social emotional support in case you're going through something. Like, we really can help any student with anything and grow them into anything they want to be. Do you want to be a nurse? Come be in our health and medical academy. You want to be a police officer? Come into our law academy. You don't know what you want to do? That's okay. We'll give you every option under the sun for the next 4 years, and we'll help you figure out where you want to be.
So you have highly trained, highly qualified counselors as well to help our students like this.
Academic and social emotional counselors.
Excellent.
We have our own Pbis Wellness Center, which is absolutely, it's a beautiful place to go. It's the most beautiful wellness garden I've ever seen in my life. But at the same time, it's the people that make the Pbis Wellness Center, and our students know that you can get help on a stair as easily as you can in a wellness center.
Now, if somebody's to ask, what is a wellness center and what exactly is Pbis, what would you give them a definition of?
Well, so coming from the Pbis Gold School in Rialto
There you
High
go.
School, Pbis stands for Positive Behavior Intervention Systems, and it's truly just the belief of students can rise to your expectations if you teach your expectations. Students can only achieve what you ask them to achieve. And when it does come to discipline and different things of that nature, but it's the idea of we all learn, we all grow, we all make mistakes, and how can we help you? On the social emotional side of it, it's sometimes students don't understand why they're reacting. the way that they're reacting. And it's for us to be there to say, it's highly stressful. You're applying to 16 different colleges, one of them being Yale. Do you need a minute to pull aside? And we recognize those signs.
Right.
All of our high schools have a wellness center and a wellness center garden, and we have a very specific counselor that's just that position. She doesn't do any academic. She is solely there for our students when they need them.
For the wellness and for the health and emotional support.
Exactly.
Excellent. Kenny, so you have more than about a couple hundred people watching, and we have some parents watching as well, maybe some students watching. What would you tell, as a product of the Rialto Unified School District and the valedictorian of Rialto High School this year for 2020, what would you tell students? You don't necessarily have to tell them this is how you become a valedictorian, but how important is your education? What would your advice be?
Well, for me, I always had
I know it's a heavy question, so I'm sorry, it's very loaded. But
Yeah.
there were some sacrifices you made, right? I mean,
Of
there were
course.
some things you couldn't go to. There was some maybe, let's go to a movie. No, I've got this class. Let's do this. So do you think sacrifice is a big part of it as well?
I think so. If education is important to you and you want to do extremely well and attend a top university, then you do have to make a lot of sacrifices, and that can be very damaging in some times. But you always have to allot certain times to yourself, and I say silence is one of the best things that you can give yourself. We're always on a hurry, we're always trying to produce things, we're always listening to music, watching TV, but there's never a time where there's a focus on yourself. But if you allow yourself silence and close off the rest of the world just for a moment, then it allows you to recuperate and regain back the energy to pursue your goals.
You are so wise. It's amazing, and no surprise that you're headed to Stanford. I wish you great luck.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you graduate from Rialto Unified School District onto Stanford. Congratulations, Kenny.
Thank
and to your
you.
whole family. Thank you, Dr. Sweeney,
Of
for
course.
being here. From, of course, proud principal of Rialto High School. And I just want you to end with your latest accomplishment from U.S. World News. Go ahead and share that with us.
We are blessed at Rialto High School. At Rialto High School, we just got named the #1 high school, U.S. News and World Report, for the Rialto Unified School District. So could not be prouder.
Well, now it was based on?
So it was based on many factors.
Okay.
Graduation rates, AP pass rates, numbers of students that complete A through Gs, number of students that just graduate in general, as well as there's a few other little factors, but it reflects just how much our students and our teachers have put into Rialto High School, because society only sees the data numbers that come out, the black and white, and it's so much more than black and white. It's the gray that's in between. So it's just really validating that they gave us the #1 in Rialto.
Well, congratulations. And thank you for joining us, both of you. I'm Syeda Jafri. Thank you for joining us for the RUSD Bridge.